As the film begins, we see on a small television a talk show host named Monica Brown interviewing a horribly disfigured woman who is the sole survivor of the massacre that took place last Halloween. Brown mentions that the corpse of a killer known only as Art the Clown has disappeared from the morgue, suggesting he is still alive. But the injured woman claims she saw him die. The man gets angry and kicks the TV, puts on makeup like a clown, and fills a garbage bag with bladed objects and some tools. We then see Monica talking to her boyfriend on the phone, making derogatory remarks about the interviewee because of her appearance. After she hung up on her phone, the bruised woman who overhears her attacks her and gouges out her eyes, seemingly killing her, and laughs maniacally. Next, we see Tara and Dawn drunkenly wandering back to Dawn's car on Halloween night. Now because Dawn is very drunk, Tara says that she will drive, but before that, they will go to eat something. Only then Tara notices Art the Clown there and she tells Dawn about him. But the very next moment he disappears from there. They then go to a nearby pizzeria and Tara sees that the clown has come there too, following them. He sits there at a table next to them and starts looking at Tara, and she gets quite uncomfortable with it. She tells Dawn that they should get their food to go, on which Dawn goes to Clown and tries to talk to him. Then she starts teasing him and after clicking some pictures with him, comes back to Tara. After this, the restaurant owner comes to the clown to take the order, but when he does not say anything, he says that if he does not order then he will have to leave. Clown gets up and goes to Tara. He shows her a trick and puts a ring on her finger and then he leaves. Then after some time the restaurant owner angrily pushes him out and throws him out of the restaurant. Next, we see the girls walking back to their car and they discover that one of Dawn's car tires has been slashed. Tara asks Dawn for her phone to call her sister. Here in the restaurant, the clown had smeared his feces all over the bathroom walls. When the worker comes out after cleaning the bathroom, he sees Steve's mutilated head there and tries to flee seeing the clown, but the clown cuts off his hand, and stabs a knife in his face. He then mutilates his face and kills him. Tara calls her sister Vicky and tells her that she and Dawn are stranded right now and asks her if she could pick them up. Vicky tells her that tomorrow is her exam and she is studying, but then her roommate comes there with her boyfriend and Vicky agrees to pick them up. While waiting, Tara asks Dawn what if that clown had this to her car. To which she says he was just a harmless guy acting in a costume because it's Halloween. Tara then says she needs to pee, and only then do they see a guy named Mike coming out of a derelict building. Tara goes to him and asks him if is there a bathroom in there she could use? And he asks her to make it quick. He takes her inside and tells her he was going to bug bomb this place because there are many rats here. Here while Dawn is waiting for her outside, she hears the news of a double homicide of 2 employees at the pizzeria. The police are on the lookout for a tall thin man wearing a black and white clown costume. Now hearing this, Dawn checks the photos on the phone and only then that clown comes there and sits in her car. Here when Tara comes out of the washroom, she hears a cat wailing. She follows the voice to a garage and encounters a deluded woman. The woman says she must be the new tenant and she really going to like this place. She then introduces her to her infant child Emily, and Tara sees that it's a doll, and she leaves there by making some excuse. Only then she encounters Clown at the main door. She flees from there and hides in an indoor mechanic garage. Art follows her there and stabs her with a scalpel on her leg. He then tries to kill her and gouge out her eyes, but Tara fights back and flees from there. On the other hand, Vicky is driving to Tara's location and she also hears the news about the brutal killings at the pizzeria. Back at the building, Tara finds Mike and she tries to alert him, but he was wearing headphones, and suddenly Clown catches her and makes her unconscious by drugging her. Tara awakens bound to a chair, and she notices the clown sitting next to him. She gets terrified and tries to free herself, and then the clown comes to her and scares her with an axe. He then picks up a hacksaw from his tools and scares her with it, but then he leaves her and reveals Dawn, suspended upside down from the ceiling. He then saws Dawn in half with it and forces Tara to watch it. Tara manages to free herself, and when the clown comes to her, she attacks him and stabs him with one of his tools, and escapes. Clown follows her with a knife and starts looking for her, but she attacks and injures him with a wood plank. Clown gets up and as she goes to attack him again, he shoots her in her leg, and that lady hears her screams. The clown shoots Tara in her face, and then he leaves there. Meanwhile, Vicky reaches the location and finds that the door of the building is locked. She calls Dawn but the clown picks up her phone and reads her text, and he texts her to come around the back. He then goes back to the Dawn and clicks a picture with her and then goes to Tara and kills her by shooting multiple shots in her face. The lady witnesses this and flees. She goes to Mike and tells him about the clown, and that there is a dead woman in the basement. She asks him to call the cops right away because he is downstairs and he is probably going to kill him too. Mike dismisses her as insane and leaves there. Only then he hears Vicky's voice and he tries to call his coworker, but the clown comes there from behind and hits him on the head with a hammer, after which he smashes his phone. Here the lady discovers Art cradling her doll, and asks him to give it to her. She requests him not to hurt her and walks towards the clown. In a plea for the return of her child, she tries to show motherly compassion to Art by cradling him. Meanwhile, Mike's coworkers reach the building. Here Vicky calls Dawn and hears her phone ringing, and following the ringtone, she reaches a place where she finds Dawn's dead body and she gets terrified seeing it, and when she comes out running from there, she hears a scream. Thinking it of Tara, she comes into a basement. There she discovers what she believes is an injured Tara, but only then she sees that lady there asking for help, and it is actually Art, who had severely mutilated the cat lady and is wearing her scalp and breasts. Vicky flees from there and tries to get out of the building, but when the clown comes there looking for her, she hides in an almirah there. She sees the clown from inside it and only then he notices her. He starts moving towards her and tries to open the almirah, but only then Mike's coworker starts honking and the clown leaves there. He finds a key under the mat, and enters the building, and starts looking for Mike. He finds blood footmarks there and starts following them, and there he finds that doll. Now as he is looking at that doll, the clown attacks him and then decapitates him, and then kicks his head off. Here Vicky tries to escape and we see the clown riding a bike in circles. She watches him leave, but suddenly he puts a plastic bag on her face and tries to kill her, but she manages to free herself and stabs a nail on her feet, and flees. Here Mike comes to her senses and hears Vicky's screams. Vicky finds Tara's mutilated body and stops to grieve upon her corpse, and only then Clown comes there from behind. He starts attacking her with a makeshift cat o' nine tails. He injures her badly, but Mike comes there and knocks him unconscious. He then takes her away from there and tries to relax her. He finds a phone there and calls 911 for help. They then try to escape from there, but the clown arrives there and attacks Mike with his machine and kills him by smashing his head with his foot. He then moves towards Vicky and catches her, but she attacks him and manages to flee. She then retreats into a garage, and the clown tries to reach her and then leaves. Vicky hears police sirens, and as she goes to the gate, Clown rams through the door with a pickup truck, causing further injury to Vicky. As she lies helplessly, Art begins to eat her face. Police arrive, and ask him to show his hands, but Art takes out his gun and shoots himself inside his mouth before the officers can apprehend him. A police officer goes there to check and finds Victoria alive. Art's body is then taken to a morgue, along with the bodies of his deceased victims. When the coroner unzips the clown's body bag, the lights there start flickering for a while, and suddenly Clown reanimates and strangles him to death. 1 year later, Vicky is released from the hospital after rehabilitation from the injuries inflicted by the clown. She is revealed to be the severely disfigured woman from the film's opening scene, and thus the events of the entire movie took place that previous year. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time. Comment will help to grow our channel. Thank you for watching.